To build the motor mount and shock cord assembly, we want to follow the directions that comes with your rocket. And we'll be following the first 6 steps in this video. The first thing to do is to remove the yellow shock cord from the white shock cord and set the white shock cord aside to be used later. We're going to open up that yellow shock cord and we're going to tie a singular knot into one end of the cord. We don't need a lot hanging over, so you just be careful to try to get it as close to the end of the cord as you can. Just a singular knot. Set that aside for now. You will find a pre-marked tube. There are markings on this tube. There's a little indentation where this metal motor hook goes into. So I'm going to place that inside that opening. And you'll see that there is indication for 2 rings. Now I'm going to set this aside for just a moment. Step 3 says to use your nose cone, and in your packet there are 3 rings. There are 2 larger ones and a smaller one. We're not going to use the smaller one just now, but we're going to use the larger ones. You need to take that larger ring and press it onto the nose cone. And you want to spin it clockwise and counterclockwise. What we're trying to do is we're trying to stretch it. And then I like to turn it around and go clockwise and counterclockwise. Now, while you're doing this, you may test it and find that it doesn't fit. And so you just simply need to put it back onto the nose cone and twist it on there, counterclockwise and clockwise again. Now that I've done that, it's not permanently on there. It's not permanently stretched. So I kind of have to go quick at this, and this is where your partner can help out. But I need to take this string, and I like to use my thumb to hold the string and the metal shock cord. And I'm going to feed the string through the ring, and then hopefully I fit. So there, my ring is stretched enough, and I'm going to actually just pull that ring up past where it goes. Now, I need to glue this on here so that it stays, because right now it's going to slide. So I'm going to use some glue, and I like to just put the glue onto a piece of paper towel or a piece of paper, and then just dab that glue and go all the way around my tube with the glue. Then I'm going to slide that ring down to where it's in its position. And so now I have that ring mounted on that tube in that position. The next step is to take the second ring and to place that on the nose cone and to spin that as well. I like to turn it both ways. I like to take it out, turn it around 180 degrees and put the other side in there to stretch that other side as well. Again, if you find that it doesn't fit, you can come back and stretch it some more. But now I'm going to put it on the other side where the bent end of that motor hook is. And so I fit that on there. Once again, I'm going to take a little bit of glue. I like to set the ring just right next to where it's supposed to go. That way when I'm applying glue, I can kind of apply glue to the ring and to the area of the tube where it needs to go. And I'm just going to spin around to get glue all the way around, and then I'm just going to slide that down to where it's exactly in its position. All right? So before it perfectly dries, I can kind of look and make sure that I have that covering up those lines that it needs to be. So now, we're moving on to step 5. Step 5 uses this little ring. And the little ring goes not on the side that the metal end sticks out, but the other side where the string is. And I want to start with some glue. Once again, I'm going to pour a little bit out on my paper. I'm just going to dab it, and I'm going to go just around the inside of my tube. Take that little ring and I'm going to place it in there. Now, this should come in and stay flush. The metal piece has a little tab that sticks down that will keep it from going in too far. And so that's going to put it exactly where we want it. And then the final step is to just simply fish this yellow shock cord through the tube. So now that shock cord goes through there and comes out this other end. Now we can set this aside and let it dry.